Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, The Reunion Part 2. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted shows, reality shows, and also do reactions. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, welcome back. At the end of Reunion Part 1, Wendy was telling Ashley that she has no accomplishments. And I was like, Wendy, that's not necessarily true. Because Ashley went from being a bottle girl slash waitress to snagging a man with a little bit of money. Getting pregnant by said man, divorcing said man, and getting a little bit of alimony and some child support. So she has accomplished some things. So it's not like she has no accomplishments, to where Ashley says that at least she only has one social security number. And the way they cut it like that in Wendy's face, it was almost like Wendy was so defeated. But then we come to part 2 and Wendy was like, I only have one social security number. And she's like, that's not what they said. That's not what they said. And the screen said she had multiple credit cards, like 27 credit cards. And I'm like, she could have an American Express card, a MasterCard, a Visa, a PayPal card, a Cash App card, a Rush card. She could have some prepaid cards. But that's different from having this for social security numbers. So actually, you was trying to be messy and you was trying to be mean, but you was loud and wrong. I'm just going to say that, boo-boo. Then we talk about Ashley and her being mean and her being messy. Now, it has always baffled me that most of the viewers forgot how she used to be so mean and so messy. Like, I remember Ashley from season 1 being mean and messy. But once she had her kids, it's like a lot of people just erase the fact that Ashley was mean and she was messy. Now, let's go down the list of some things. This isn't even all of them. Season 1. She was looking into everybody's background and found out that Juan and Robin, they were hard up for money. And then went and told everybody in the group about this. Which is odd, seeing as how Ashley didn't grow up in a lap of luxury. But here she is looking down on Juan and Robin because they was having some financial issues at the time. That's one thing. Secondly, anybody who would sit still and listen, she was letting it be known that Monique was drinking. Oh, Monique was drinking here. Y'all remember Monique was drinking here? And then the producers, the cameraman, and the editors was feeding into it. Because every time you turn around, what you see Monique doing, she had a drink in her hand. Then when Monique got into her accident, Ashley insinuated that Monique did have some drinks and she did have an accident that day. When Monique unfortunately lost her baby, Ashley was the one who was insinuating it was because of alcohol use. That's just a few things right there. Let's not forget she sat up in Candace's house and was like, this your mama's house, this your mama's house, knowing good and well that she was the one. Her mama had just a few years ago was living in a tent. But you talk about somebody else who living in somebody's mama's house. Yes, Candace was living in the house her mama paid for, but it's my house, I'm paying the bills here. Are you mad at the fact that your mama couldn't get you a house? I've always felt that way. Another thing, she put it out there that Chris was up or rubbing up and down on her friend. So this is a lot of things that she was being mean and she was being messy with. And for whatever reason, never understood it. Once she popped that first baby out, it was like, her record was wiped clean. Whatever she did before she popped that first baby out, it don't matter no more. Her slate is now clean. I'm like, she has been mean and she has been messy. And you cannot convince me otherwise. Ashley talks about her relationship with Josh and how they are still seeing each other, which... what's her name? Stacey was like, really? Didn't you just break up with that boy and now you back together? To me, Josh is just a storyline for Ashley. Just a prop. For her had something to do because it's like, they are no longer just going to be sitting here and let you own a show when you're not doing anything. So, to me, it seems like that Ashley brings Josh on the show so she can have something to talk about. Like, when I need you to show up, we together. I'm a film with you. I'm going to act like I like you. But Then I'm going to tell you, I don't want to be with you. Don't show up no more until I need you again. That's what I'm getting from Josh. And I'm also getting that, I've said this before, that Ashley, I don't, how can I put this? Ashley gets some kind of pleasure about bringing people on the show to humiliate them. She's did this with her mama, she's did this with her sister, and now she is doing this with Josh. Because she has multiple times brought these people on here and have been utterly embarrassed them. Josh, brought you on the show, act like I like you, but I'm going to break up with you on the show. She made it seem like, yes, I told him if we're going to make a scene, then it's got to be on, if we're going to be together, you got, I'm paraphrasing, that I'm going to break up with you on this show. Now, he seems like he's in a willing accomplice, so I can't really be too mad on his behalf if this what she said is true, which, you know, we got to take what Ashley says with a grain of salt, because she has been known to lie. She has been known to stretch the truth, just like her good homegirl Giselle, which Giselle was fighting for her life, fighting for Ashley's life, because it's seeming like Giselle can see, this not looking good for you, Ashley. This looking like your last season. And the way Andy was talking, because like Andy at one point said, let's talk about Ashley's second bloom, whatever that means. It seemed like, you know, Andy, he no longer with the shenanigans in which Ashley does. And Giselle was fighting for her life to make sure Ashley doesn't get seen in the bad light. But where am I at? Yeah, using him to storyline, breaking up with him on the show. Always throwing her mama's health and her mama with that no good man in her face. Then doing the same thing with her sister, bringing up the doggone the sister's daddy, who ain't a no good man, who has never been a no good man. Don't let get on here, well, I don't want to talk about his struggle. Basically saying he went to rehab, it did not take, he is still a no good man. I was reading between the lines. Then we talk about her kissing Sharice's son Jackson, and Wendy was like, it was terrible. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one, because I'm like Wendy said, if I've seen you when you were a child or a young adult, I always see you in that light. And I was like, even though it don't make sense, my nephews will be 19 and 17 this year. They are both taller than me. They both sound like grown men. And in my eyes, y'all are still babies. And I can't get past that. I know this is two different things, but like, you was young. In my mind, you still young. Granted, you were almost 19 and 17 years old, but you still a child to me. And I was understanding what Wendy was saying is like, these things you do not do. Ashley make it seem like it was just a kiss, and Sharice is putting 20 on 10 because Sharice played it off like it was no big deal, and now she's going on, you know, every news outlet that she can get on, saying how she was offended, even though throughout the years she has said how she wants Ashley to be her daughter-in-law. She's always said Ashley was her daughter-in-law, and I'm like, Sharice may have said that in the past, but you actually went through it wanting to kiss her son. If Sharice said that, that's some weird stuff too, that you want your friend who was 10 years older than your son, for them to be together. I just thought that was some messed up too. And the fact that she went through it, and now she's like, it was only a kiss, even though she has alluded that more than a kiss happened. And correct me if I'm wrong, that didn't she go on some platform and saying that she went to Sharice's house and she's surprised that Sharice did not see her on her Ring camera? I know I did not make that up in my head, but now it was only a kiss. I guess because now you didn't went a little too far in your actions, and now people really looking at you sideways. But y'all like, this is Ashley. Why are y'all surprised? Y'all, I had secondhand embarrassment watching Kay on this episode, because they asking Kay about whether, how are her and things with Greg. And she ever so dramatically was like, and I don't know if this had anything to do with, editing, but it seemed like she was digging in that cushion for a long time, like she was about to pop out a ring. But no, she pops out the frame that Greg had got her and was like, yes, because we're always looking at the big picture, and I love this frame. Everybody's talking about this frame, and I'm like, oh, I know you was trying to make a moment, but it did not land. And I was like, ooh. And it seemed like everybody was like, girl, no, this is not the way to go. You making it seem like you not bothered, but the fact that you brought this on here, it seems like you are bothered. And I'm like, ooh. Then they discuss her and Wendy's, the downfall of their friendship. Kay is still mad that Wendy did not pause mid-speech to greet her or say hi to her. And I still, to this day, what is it? February 23rd, 2026 at 11:57 Central Time. I'm still on Wendy's side. If I'm at work, because this is essentially what Wendy was doing, she was making a speech. If I'm making a speech and then I see one of my friends come in, a relative come in, whoever come in, I am not going to stop my speech to say hi to you. I'm going to wait till once my speech is done. And then after everybody's made their speech and I'm no longer, put it like this. If I'm making a speech and we're on a panel and I give to say what I got to say, once everything is done and everybody's gotten off stage, then I go and greet you. If I'm making a speech and I'm on the stage by myself, after I've done my speech, walk off, then greet you. I'm not going to be sitting here talking about everyone. I want to thank everyone from coming out and donating books, donating crayons, donating pencils, notebooks, backpacks, lunchboxes to everybody. Y'all, I gotta pause. My friend Kiarna has just walked in, and I know y'all came here for my speech. One of the reasons y'all came in here because of my speech, but I have to pause and say, hi, Kiarna. Yes, I am in the middle of this speech, but I'm going to stop what I'm doing and I'm going to say hi to you. Hey, girl, hey, everybody, forget what I'm saying right now. Turn. Look at Kiarna. Say hi to her. Everybody said hi. Okay, back to what I was saying. We will have a luncheon at 2 o'clock. And there will be a raffles, and all the money that will be donated to the Children's Center. Thank you all for coming. Is that what Kiarna wanted Wendy to do? And you still mad about that? But Wendy lets us know with receipts that after she got done saying her speech, she went down there and gave Kiarna a hug. And it was, somebody took a picture of it. And Wendy wants to know, when you was telling everybody how I ignored you while I was doing my speech, you never brought up the fact that after my speech was done, I greeted you. I gave you a hug. So why are you making it into something and it's not? And I had been thinking this, but I kept on forgetting to mention it. Did we start liking Kay is because she was standing up for Candace when Candace was being done wrong that season? Is that the reason we like her? And now we're seeing her for real, and it's like we not really liking what we seeing. It's coming across weird. Maybe that's just me thinking about that. I don't know. It just, the way she's acting, it was just throwing me off. Jossie, she finally comes on the stage, and now Kay and Jossie is going back and forth. They fighting. The next thing you know, Jossie says that Kay stole Greg from his wife, and that they raising his kids together. So now Kay is cussing Jossie out, and this, that, and the third. Kay calling her a liar and all these other things, and like, I don't want to say that Kay is aggressive because I do not like putting that on women. You can have a very, very strong opinion, but she does come off a lot angry a lot of the times. I'm not going to say aggressive. I said sometimes she does give off this angry spirit. It's like above, like, yeah, you can be mad, but it's like it borderline something else, and that's what I would say about that. Not saying she's aggressive, but she is quick to anger. Tia discussed her wanting to have a better relationship with her sister, which I think that's nice. And because the sister, she had this, it's not her fault that how she was brought into this world. It was her mama and her daddy decided to get together, and now she's here. She had no say in it. And I can also understand how Tia not wanting to have a relationship with her when she was younger, because like the way, like, she's a product of her dad's affair, and this was harmful to her mom. Therefore, she don't want to add on to the harmfulness that her mom was feeling in the betrayal. So she distances herself, and now it's like she wants to have that relationship, and I do appreciate it. They do slightly talk about Rob and her husband Rob and his role in the household, and I do not like the fact that they're making it seem like he's less than because he does things for his children. And this is like focused on Giselle, because she was like, your husband is like, he like the nanny. It's like, Giselle, come here. I know you will never see this, but you probably don't understand, because Jamal may have, I'm just going to assume Jamal was not a hands-on dad. What little time y'all was together when y'all had y'all kids together. I don't know how long they was together, but it seemed like they divorced when their kids were little, like under the age of 5. So in that time frame, I'm just going to assume Jamal was not hands-on. So you don't know what it looks like for a man to actually take care of his children as well, going to work, making a paycheck, or being at home working and making a paycheck, and still taking his kids to activities, taking them to the mall, taking them to go to the park, taking them to go get something to eat, taking them out of the house. This may seem a foreign concept to you, that when you know a husband and father do these things, you think this is him being a nanny, but this is what fathers do. They take care of their kids. Hey, Dad, I want to go to the mall. Can you take me? Okay, I wasn't doing nothing at the time. You know, it's the weekend. I don't work on weekends. Okay, let's go. Hey, Dad, I want to go. Can you take me to get this? All right, I do that. So, to me, it did not seem like a foreign concept, but I don't know why Giselle does not understand that. Like, granted, just because you didn't have that in your life, I'm pretty sure you've seen other people who've taken care of their kids. I.e. Eddie. Eddie, when Wendy is not there, Eddie's doing stuff with the kids. So I don't understand why you're so surprised about that. That's just like this has never happened before. Like, Tia and her family, this is the first ever father in the history of fathers who have ever did anything for their kids. Like, you have never seen that at all. In your whole how many years of life that you were living, you have never seen that. Really, Giselle? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I actually forgot about Monique at one point until she came out. And that is sad. They built it up for Monique to be coming back and being that girl, and she is still the same. Only thing different is she doesn't have 4 houses, and she is not married. And let's be for real. The only reason that Giselle is even tolerating Monique is because of those same things. Because she is no longer married, and she no longer has 4 houses. Giselle, the moment Monique said that, oh, I have 4 houses, Giselle has hated her since then. But now Monique no longer has that thing. So now Giselle was like, oh, you in equal footing with me. I can tolerate you now. And you cannot tell me anything different. Now, they discussed how Monique was doing a lot of deflecting and a lot of judgment and always trying to compare the relationship she had with Chris Samuels with the relationship the Angel has with Bobby Massey. And those were two different things. And I agree with Angel. Monique was doing a lot of deflecting. She sees Angel in one scene where she is hosting and Bobby is all talking to his friends. So now all of a sudden Angel is doing everything in the relationship. Angel is cooking. Angel is cleaning. Angel is taking care of the kids. Angel is running the business. And all Bobby does is just sit there and tell her what to do. And that is completely not it. Now, I'll tell y'all again. Angel, she's not my favorite character. I didn't like the way she was acting this season. And if she does get a second season, I hope she articulates herself a lot better than what she does. Now, this is coming from a person where I know what I want to say, but once I get to saying it, like my mind goes blank. And I can't get my words out, like words all of a sudden, like I can't think of what, I know what I'm trying to say, but getting the words out is a lot. So I get that. But I want her to work on it like I'm working on that. Because we've seen on this one season that we've seen Angel and Bobby on here, we've seen him taking care of these kids. Okay, the kid's doing something. He got a kid on one arm and a kid on another. We've seen Bobby actually get out into a rain with an umbrella and make sure that Angel is not wet. We've seen him cooking breakfast for Tia and Kay when they stayed at the house. And I'm not talking about, here's some cereal and some milk, a bowl and a spoon. Have at it. No, he cooked the actual factual breakfast. We've seen that in this one season. What else? When she was like, I don't really want to go with the girls. He's like, if you don't want to do it, then don't do it. We always seen him encouraging and having Angel's back. This one season. We seen him do more in one season than we seen Chris Samuel do the whole time y'all was on this show. But you saying that y'all lives were the same. You was always comparing your relationship with that you had with Chris Samuels with the relationship that Angel has with Bobby. Now, they could have some issues in their relationship, but what we seen was something totally different. Now, Monique is talking about her having to go to court because somebody was talking about what was going on in the show. Now, this is where I'm going to pause. You're so focused that it was Stacy that was taking this information to Chris. You're not even all the way looking at Cookie. Because Cookie, the way she was rolling, it seemed like she would be the one that would gain more out of the destruction that you and Chris have going on when it pertains to y'all kids. Not Stacy. Now, Stacy may have dated Chris. She may have gone out with him, whether it was by herself or with others. Stacy never brought this on the show. That was Ashley the one that did that. She was the one that brought it up on the show because, you know, Monique was coming back and she thought Monique was still the rah-rah girl that she was in season 5. And she wanted to get something started because Stacy was the fan favorite. Now, does Stacy lie? Yes. But they all lie on this show. I'm like, I know this is going to sound messed up, that Stacy lies and she shouldn't do that. But everybody lies on this show. The only reason why I kind of sort of give Stacy a pass, because when she's lying, it's not going to be detrimental to somebody's life. Would I like her to stop? Yes. Do I like Stacy? Yes. Does she lie? Yes. Like I said, her lies are something that's going to hurt her and not anybody else. And the lies she tells may not hurt her, but it's not going to hurt anybody else. I don't know what kind of information that Monique is bringing on this show, but I think that Monique is still healing, but I still think she is that same girl. Because you can't tell me that two women who were, whether they was doing it for the show or just for a piece of meanness, one woman was calling you all kind of alcoholics. Same woman was saying that the reason why you lost your child, or was insinuating this, is because you was drinking. The reason why you had this accident because you was drinking. You still cool with this girl. Another woman who was putting out there that you had, one, cheated on your husband, and two, you had cheated and that child was not your husband's. You sitting up in that woman's face, kikiing, laughing, slapping your legs and everything. But Candace, who did nothing wrong to you, you have still not been able to admit that you took your frustrations out on poor Candace and not on Giselle and Ashley. That's why I know that she is not fully healed. Because the fact that you could not say that you had wronged her when you did. Now, I'm not going to sit there and act like Candace is a saint. But the thing with Candace is, Candace responds and people don't like her response. So you're not going to sit here and lie on my husband and think I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to call you everything in the book. I'm going to make you feel so small. I'm going to hurt your feelings severely. Like, people always, they want to focus on the reaction and not why I'm reacting. So you mad that I done cussed her out 7 ways from Tuesday. You mad about that, but you're not mad about what she said. You're not mad about this. Oh, she can say these things and get a pass, but when I doggone drag her for filth, I'm wrong. I never did like that. And the fact that she is sitting here, it's like she didn't learn. Because now, since Giselle and Ashley are going against Stacey, it seems like Monique is jumping on that same bandwagon to jump on Stacey as well. It don't make no sense to me. That was the gist. If I left anything out by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so when my beautiful face puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.